Hey guys, welcome back to Rabbit Motorworks. Bit of a channel update as I've been out for a while. I got hit with the cerveza sickness, so I've been trying to recover on that. But last weekend we went up to Northern Cal and bought another project. It's 1994 Taiga slalom ski boat, so we're going to be doing some work on that. But today we're going to be doing some work on the Suburban, as it needs an oil seal. Actually, it's called an O-ring for the pan, and this is the oil pickup tube. And what's happening with the Suburban is that it's actually running kind of some low oil pressure, and this is a pretty common malady with these things. So I'll show you here as I start up the motor, just to give you an idea. That it's probably at about 22 or so, and then it comes down to about 20 at idle. So what we're looking to do is to hit that O-ring in the oil pickup tube, and those things get kind of flattened out, and they actually cause not as much oil to be picked up, and it starts actually sucking up air instead. So that's one of the things we want to do, just to make sure that we got the good amount of oil pressure. So we got a new pan gasket, and we'll put that O-ring in. And I actually got a couple of them. I got one is a Mahle, it's the German brand, and then I also got a Fel-Pro as well too, just because they're pretty cheap, and one was red, one was black, and a couple of people had mentioned just to make sure that it's got the right tolerance. So we'll check that out when we get the pan down. But for now, at least I got the truck jacked up, and we will start taking that pan apart. So stay tuned. So just to show you guys what we're up against here, you get the four-wheel drive transaxle here. Here's the oil pan. There's a cross member here. There's 4 bolts on this. In order to do this job, I have to basically loosen the 2 bolts here, and then there's an additional 2 bolts in here and then over here. And then the transaxle basically has to get lowered down. I'll use the other smaller jack for that. That gives you the clearance you need to basically drop the pan enough to get it past the bottom part of the rods and the engine. So we'll start cracking this stuff out and breaking these things loose with the breaker bar. So here we go. Okay, so you can see right there, there's a this one's a pretty difficult one to get out of there, and you've basically got to use an open end and back and forth to kind of work it out of there, but I was able to get it. And so now I'll work on this one next, and that one's already kind of loose. So, and then I'll get these 2 done, and we'll put a piece of 4x4 here and a jack to start lowering this thing down. So let's keep doing it. Okay guys, that is the oil pan that's been removed. Basically took all the bolts out. I fast forwarded here a bit, and there's the bottom of our engine. As you can see, the pickup tube O-ring is actually, it's hard to see kinda, but it's basically at the end of this tube here. And let me see if I can get a better angle. Right up in here. So if you can see it right through there, we'll take off that bolt right there. The rest of it, we'll drop the tube, clean up the tube. The windage tray has got a bit of gunk on it, but for a motor that's got 200K on it, it's not bad. And then even in the pan, There's a little bit of sludge in the bottom, but nothing really bad. This pan gasket was replaced in 2014 for leaking, and I don't think they did the pickup tube oil O-ring, so that's why I've got this down again. So the actual pan wasn't leaking itself, but and then here's our old gasket, so which just matches the new gasket. So I'm going to clean up the pan, and phase 2 tomorrow we'll be putting that back on, so once we get some cleanup done. Okay guys, we got the oil pickup tube out, and you can see that part of the O-ring color is actually stuck on there. Here's the O-ring, which used to be an O-ring. It's now a flattened out piece of rubber. So that definitely looks original to me, and I don't think it was replaced back in 2014 when they did the oil pan. So this actually didn't come out with the tube, it was stuck in the block, and I needed to pull it out with a pick. So that there's some silver that's kind of stuck on the edge of this seal too. So, but yeah, so definitely glad I pulled this out and I'm replacing it. So we'll clean this up. I did get some of the pan cleaned up. Get all the shadows here. California sun. I got the pan pretty well cleaned up, and I'm gonna do a little bit of the exterior of it today, and try to get it as clean as I can. So let's clean all this stuff up, and I got the O-ring ready too. I got it in the sun a little bit, heated up a little bit, warm up the metal. So, and I did actually take the bolts and I let them soak overnight in Evapo rust. I took the rust off the heads of the bolts so that the socket will fit on better and it won't stick. So, and here is the underside, as I did clean up the windage tray a bit and wipe it down, and I also wiped around the edge of the block because we're going to have to stick some silicone on each one of the joints in the corners as a step that's required. And so I've got some Permatex Ultra Black for that too. So we are gonna eventually put all that back together, and I'm gonna do a little bit more cleanup on this windage tray. I was thinking about taking it out, but I don't know. When do you stop? It's got 200K on it. So I think as long as I can clean up whatever I see is always a good practice. Okay, let's do some more and get ready for reassembly. Okay, so we're gonna go with the Mahle red O-ring rather than the Fel-Pro, just to try to stay, I guess, OEM as much as we can. I didn't find a GM O-ring. I'm sure there is one out there, but I pretty much trust this German brand. So you can see a little bit of size variation, like I was showing. Flat versus round. So I got the pickup tube all cleaned up as well too, and I took some of the red edge off of that thing, and we got a little bit of motor oil on the end of this thing here. So let's grab our quart, some Valvoline 530, and get this going. So just dabble a little bit of oil on that, get that on the O-ring, just like that. So that's the deal. And then we'll basically start to reassemble underneath the truck. Okay, we got the right oil filter on. It's a PF48, not a 43. I don't know, I had the wrong filter for some reason. So I went to go to O'Reilly and drop 11 bucks, but I got the pan back together, got the plug in it, I got the oil pickup tube back in it as well. As you guys can see, it's all buttoned up. So now it's time to put the pan back together, and we's gonna put some of this Ultra Black on the corners along with the gasket. So I think I'm gonna get a bit of lunch and get some fresh energy in the bod, and then start putting this back together, dump some oil in it, and turn it over. So we're getting close. All right, so let's cut this thing open. And this is a GM part, by the way, if anybody's interested in the number. 126, 123, or just 126, 123, 50. Genuine AC Delco. And they actually shipped this thing in a piece of cardboard. Yeah, that was what I was concerned about. There was a little bit of a bend in it. So, just for grins, I think I'm gonna tap this down flat with a hammer on the vise just to make sure that it's super flat. So, all right, let's do that. Okay, so tap that out. Really super soft aluminum. And as you can see, everything lines up. And actually, these are the little tangs here. They're like, we're gonna dab in some of that Ultra Black, and you can see it's got some kind of like divots or placeholders for that, so that's good. When these things come from the factory, they actually pop rivet them to the oil pan to keep the gasket aligned and centered. I suppose I could do that, but I think the other thing to do is that some of these bolt holes have got rubber in them anyways, and I think I'm just going to throw a couple of bolts in there to align it. I've seen some other people kind of take it to the limit and zip tie it and do all kinds of other crazy stuff, but yeah, I don't know. I do have a pop rivet gun, so maybe I'll just take a look, and maybe that might just be the simplest thing to do, because when you're trying to put that pan on underneath there and, you know, waddling around, but those are some pretty simple 16th pop rivets. So, all right, let's start putting her back together. Okay guys, I got the pan in, so I threw in a quart, and I'm just gonna fix up the oil sending unit with some good old-fashioned coiled wire loom. And I don't see any leaks, so that's good. But yeah, this right here is just a bare set of wires, so somebody must have taken that off. So I'm gonna put a piece of stuff on it. So let's do that, and I'll show you what that looks like when it's done. Okay, there's our finished product. I'm assuming somebody probably whacked that when they were taking the starter out or something, maybe when the transmission came out. But anyways, that's all back. I'm sure that stuff got pretty, I should almost put a little piece right in there too. Maybe I'll do that really quick too. Okay, so what it's worth, I put a little piece on there too, so it's got a little extra protection. All right, so now we have to get the old transaxle back where it belongs and bolt all that up. So I'm gonna start doing that next, and we're getting close. All right guys, transaxle back up, and I just started loosely bolting the skid plate on there. So we'll take it down off of the ramps now, or the jack stands, and get some oil in it and give it a crank. Getting excited. Okay guys, I got all the oil in it. Here is the moment of truth. So let's watch that gauge. Bam! Look at that! Holy smokes! We're in like the 40 to, that's 50 PSI. Man, what a nice success. Woohoo! Sweet. All that effort. Very, very pleased. Thanks everybody for joining. Hope you got a lot out of the video. If you want to tackle one of these projects, you can do it. Very, very pleased. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks for the support. Like, share, subscribe. Peace. This is the other good thing, guys. This motor has never sounded quieter. It had which sounded like a lifter tick. It's just gone. So all that oil pressure brings that oil up the top end of the motor. Man, what a great project. Definitely pleased. This Vortec's going to 300K, guaranteed. See ya.